welcome back to another episode of Happiness Matters, the show with me, Beanie Man, and Mr. Mo, who is being obnoxious this morning, but hey, you know what, it's all good.
I'm toy size.
Yeah, my guest, Michelle Mraz, is toy size. I told him get his toy and he goes right to her, so which is kind of fun. I mean, for me to watch, I don't know how it is for you.
It's like, no teeth, no teeth.
No, he won't do teeth. He might lick you.
I'll say not at all.
But
He's sweet.
No, he's amazing. So welcome, Michelle. I'm so glad you're here. And yes, we met networking.
Of course.
And we met at a fun networking event too. We met at the
Women's Economic Forum meet and greet.
No.
E-Women.
No.
What did we meet?
Keep going. No. We met actually at the Intergalactic Networking event.
Oh, yes!
Put on by the Southern Colorado Women's Chamber of Commerce and Galaxy Fest here in Colorado Springs.
Because you were in costume.
I was River Song and my doctor here with this bow tie, so yes.
Okay. We had to go back a couple of...
It's okay. But I mean, we see each other at so many events anyway. You know, and it's like, even though it was just February that we actually met.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That was February, first Friday in February.
That's funny, because I was promoting my movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and since then, we've become pretty good friends.
Yeah.
Because birds of a feather.
We're both kind of hyper.
Yeah, well, there's that. There's that. So welcome so much. Welcome so much. Thank you so much for being here and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Anyway, so I would love, because I mean, I could talk with you for a week and we would never get bored.
That's true.
Because we have a lot in common. We have a lot of the same beliefs. We both believe mindset is key to everything.
Yes.
So, but today I would love for you to share your story of being diagnosed and dealing with the ugly C thing.
The cancer word.
thing. Yeah. So because I know there's a lot of people out there that are afraid they might get it or they might have it, you know, and it's just the end of the world for some. Well, I mean it is, because again it's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure when you first got your diagnosis, your whole world went whoosh.
Actually, no, just the opposite.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Do tell.
When they told me I had 3 months to live, I went, oh really? Then I've got 3 months to change the world.
Oh, let's see. Attitude, mindset. Wow, that is awesome. You go, girl.
Yeah, the doctor's like, that is not what I was expecting coming out of my mouth. I mean, basically, when I got the diagnosis, it was really sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of suspected what it was already.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to a doc, and they're like, no, you know, you're overreacting, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, don't you love it when they tell you that?
Yeah. Well, and then when she came back in and she looked at me, she saw the cancer on the outside of me, and I had breast cancer. And so you don't normally see breast cancer from the outside. I had a very rare form of breast cancer.
Oh.
It was called Paget's disease of the breast, which is basically an outward manifestation of a cancer.
Say that 3 times fast.
Outward manifestation, outward manifestation, outward manifestation. So it was an outward manifestation.
Couldn't help it.
But when she said I had cancer, I started crying. And she said, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to tell you that way. And I said, I'm not crying because I have cancer. I'm crying because someone's finally listening to me. I had been complaining for over 6 months that something was wrong, and all the scans, nothing was showing anything. My blood work seemed fine, everything was fine. And so they were saying, here, have some Valium, shut up. And basically...
Seriously?
Yeah, because they said, there's no way, there's nothing, we can't find anything. And that's why when I tell people, you know, 1, attitude is huge, but 2, understanding who you are and
know your body.
Know your body and know when something's wrong. Because I knew something was wrong, I just didn't know what it was.
And the thing is, and we do know when something is wrong. We just choose to ignore it.
Yes.
Because we don't want to face it.
Exactly.
Because that's scary. Not knowing, it's like, I mean, and I've been there. I'd rather, oh no, I mean, if I ignore it, then it'll go away. It's not real. But the problem with that is if you ignore it, it doesn't go away, it gets worse.
Exactly.
And then by the time you have no choice but to acknowledge it, it might be too late.
It's too late, yeah.
So.
Now, I've discussed this on several occasions on my radio show, Conversations with Michelle, because what we found is we take better care of our cars than we take care of ourselves.
Ain't that the truth?
Your engine light comes on, anything on that board comes on, you're going to worry about it.
No kidding.
But you have an ache in your hip or something in your chest or whatever it is, you'll ignore it until you drop. But your car, 1 light. you're fixing it.
Isn't that true? Or there's like a weird sound. It's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
there's a strange sound. But we ignore ourselves. You know, we pay attention to everything and everybody. But we are the most valuable commodity in our life.
Yes.
Yet we ignore ourselves on a regular basis.
Yes.
It's like,
Treat yourself better than you treat your car.
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Just like the mental thing. Yeah. So many of us, we get these
No,
thoughts in
I
our
treat you
heads.
better than I treat myself.
Yes, that's what he says.
He's looking at me like he's
and I'll sit right here on Michelle's foot. But the thing is, just like your mental state, if there's thoughts going through your head of you being unworthy or not good enough or whatever that is, that's a warning sign to start talking about it. See, he thinks I'm his toy. But
He loves you.
He does, he loves you. He goes, I remember you. I remember
It's like,
you.
I posed for you and I smiled in your picture.
Well, actually, remember he stood up next to me and he was taller than me.
I know, and he smiled. And
He
so,
did smile.
fun fact about Mo. Mo does not do selfies. He's trying to tell you something. He's very adamant. This is what he does with my friend who does animal communication.
Uh-huh.
He's looking at her and he's like, listen, I have something to tell you.
Okay, let me listen.
It's like, yeah, I got nothing.
You love your mommy? Huh?
Oh yeah, but anyway, but yeah, no, he posed. With you, he posed, and that's the only picture
Of him smiling?
of him smiling, not just smiling, but posing.
Really? Thank you.
No, actually, he did. He posed when we did the group picture at the breakthrough weekend.
Oh, you did,
Yeah,
yes.
so it was funny. So I was in the second row, and there were two ladies in front of us, and they went right before Mo, and Mo pushed his way through between them, and he sat there. It's like, no, I need to be in this picture. It was hilarious. So
He says, I'm the service dog that's in the picture.
anyway,
He remembers
so
me.
he does, and he loves you because you're an amazing soul, and he knows.
Mm-hmm.
They know.
Thank you. Do you know the camera's that way? They want
Yeah.
to see your face.
Yeah, no, that's no. Anyway,
Anyways, we're distracted.
I know. Like squirrel. No, Mo. I know. So anyway, we were talking the diagnosis and everything.
Well, basically, within 50 days of me being diagnosed, I lost both breasts. So I had a bilateral mastectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor's like, are you sure you want to do this? Don't you want some time? Don't you want to think about it? And it's like,
Why?
heck no. I do not want to think about it. We know it's cancer. Get it off of me. I
Get
would
it out.
prefer
Get it
to
right.
live. I want to live. And I wanted to make a difference in the world in the little time I had if the doctors were right. Now, see, that's the other thing.
They're not always right.
I never accepted you've got 3 months. And the reason for that is, one, they call it a medical practice for a reason. They're taking an average of what happens to whatever, to people,
Right.
whatever that situation
But
is.
we're anything but average, aren't we, girlfriend?
I don't want to, yeah.
Well, you're not average either. Nobody is.
Yeah, and so you make your own destiny. So basically, my thought process is, if I succumbed to the cancer and said, I actually did a test on this. I really did. I did my whole positive thing. Nothing's going to get me down. I'm going to keep moving. But there are times, because I'm human,
What?
you start doubting.
You just bursted a bubble.
I know, you start doubting yourself. You wake up and something hurts, or you're aching, and you can feel. I could feel the cancer just eating through me, especially after my surgery. That hurt, and I remember sitting in that bed doing, maybe I should stay down. Well, maybe I should, keep taking all these pills, and my mind.
But that's
went
part of
down.
the programming.
Yeah, my mind went down, and I remember physically getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
It made no sense I was getting worse. I should have been getting better. They took the cancer out, but I was getting worse. And so one morning I got up and I showered, and I told my husband, we're going for a walk. He goes, can you walk? I said, they cut my breast off, not my legs.
I'm sorry.
Right? I don't walk around, oh, sorry, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't walk around with my top half. I walk with my legs. So we went for a walk.
That was funny. I'm easily entertained. It was awesome.
But that was the thing is, once I started moving, I realized, no, I feel better. It was the stagnant part of me that was making me feel worse.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I was trying to hole up, go into a cocoon and feel sorry for myself, I started feeling worse. So I was forcing, are you going to kiss me?
Probably.
I was forcing myself to get up and move. And then it became not a force, it became a desire to get up and move.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who look me up on my website or whatever, michellemoros.com or social media, I'm a total transformed human from what you've seen of
Oh
me
my gosh.
before.
Absolutely. I mean, not just with your health, but I mean, you also, shed a ton of weight.
Yes. It's almost like I had this shell of uncertainty that was on me.
Mm-hmm.
And as I grew into who I am, it fell off.
Mm-hmm. And it does that.
It's craziness. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It is amazing because it's like for me with the weight. I mean, right now it's because I have physical limitations, so I have issues. I can't really exercise, and I love food, you know. But for me, for the longest time, the weight was a protection barrier.
Exactly.
You know, and for a lot of us, it really is a protection barrier.
It is, and I need to talk about that because if
Please
you look
do.
back at my TEDx talk from 2015, I'm about 289 pounds. Now, the story behind that is I used to be a very avid weightlifter, bodybuilder, karate, you name it. And
She
then
can take you out. Oh,
Yes,
no.
I you scared him.
I'm sorry.
But I was in a car accident. And with my car accident, I wasn't able to move or walk or bend over for a good year. Couldn't talk for 9 months. My husband was probably very happy about that. But I couldn't walk or move for a year. And with comfort food, because I like food too, you just start putting on weight. So I put on weight very quickly.
It's also a coping mechanism.
It protected me.
It protected you, but it's like, and here's the crazy thing, at least for me. The food I can control. Everything else I may not be able to control, but the food I can control.
Oh, I didn't want to control food. I was eating everything.
Oh, no, I was too, but in a sense, you were still controlling the food because you were able to choose
what I had.
What you had and when you ate it and da-da-da-da. So there's this little part of control, even though it's counterintuitive and counterproductive in what you really want to do. You know, but I really think, I mean, looking back for me, you know, the food was really the one thing, even though I was out of control, that I thought I had control over.
Oh, and see, with me, I was just eating because I couldn't think that far. I have no short-term memory.
Yeah,
So it was just whatever was put in front of me. I didn't even remember the last time I ate. I just ate.
I'm glad you're not that 10-second. What's his name from 51st Dates?
I am. My husband calls me 51st Dates. Because
Really?
Yeah, because I really have no short-term
Yeah,
memory.
but you know that 10-second thing was like you
No,
say
10
hi.
seconds. I was like that during my car accident.
Oh, wow.
During that time period, it would be, "Hi, Mo. Hi, Mo." And someone would have to stop me because I would keep doing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. Look how far you've come.
I've come a long way.
Yeah, but again, mindset has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, it really does a lot of things. And then the other thing that happened was with the hit in the head, it makes all your inner critics come out. So that's why I wrote my book, It's Not Luck, Overcoming You. Because when I was trapped in my head, everything that said I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy, came up.
And they're not just coming up a little, they're like in your face screaming
at you. And I had to fight them because I got suicidal. So I started writing things down and arguing with myself. And so I compiled this book out of the notes I took to myself.
Great.
When I had my brain injury. So I help people walk through that inner critic, because once you realize that your inner critic can be reasoned with and can be convinced that it's wrong, because that's all it's doing. It's trying to prove that it wants to protect you.
Right.
And once you prove that it's wrong and that you can do what it's trying to protect you from, it lets you go. And so that's what I do with my book. You walk you through it. But I'm about to re-release it with a whole new cover and a new name.
Ooh.
Because after the breakthrough boot camp, I renamed it to Step Into Your Light.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I love that. You hear that, guys? And what's really cool is what I love is, and that's why I love doing my show and having people like you on here talking about, you know, it's like, yeah, stuff happens to all of us. Stuff happens to all of us.
Yeah, you can't get out of life, okay, without that, because life is a gigantic, scary roller coaster. It's fun, scary.
Right. But what you can control is how you react.
It's all about attitude.
It is so crucial.
I won an award from, I don't know if you know who John Maxwell is, the John Maxwell team. I'm one of the John Maxwell team members, and I won a culture award for demonstrating a positive attitude. I beat out over 8,000 coaches worldwide for attitude, because through my brain injury and through my breast cancer,
and we got attitude, man.
my life improved in the bad times. So basically, in the bad times is when I was able to stop and focus on what I really wanted. In the bad times, that's when I realized I was exerting too much energy on other things, and I wasn't focused on what I really, really wanted out of life. And then with the cancer, I had to realize, if my time is limited on this earth, what do I really want to do? And if I'm not doing it, why aren't I? So the bad times focused me.
But you know, a lot of times too, it's like, I think that the bad times, how you make it through the bad times defines who you really are.
Yeah, that's it. That's
and
what I'm saying.
and what
Bad
you're
times.
made of.
It's not really bad.
It's not bad
It's
times.
perception.
It's only bad if you make it, if you give it that bad value.
Well, and I think
You know, so
when bad things happen, it's really not bad unless you want it to be bad.
right.
But what you could do is find the light in what you think is dark. Because there's always a light.
Mm-hmm.
And then what can I learn from this and where am I supposed to grow? And suddenly it's not a bad thing anymore.
Right. And we were talking before we started recording, you know, we both agree, like some of our darkest times, seemingly darkest times, actually turn out to be some of our best times.
Yeah.
And the most defining moments in our lives, and where we actually had to make a choice, you know, do we want to continue going down the dark, which leads you nowhere, except to more misery and more pain and more ugh. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Or you can say, well, this really bites. Now what can I do with this?
Well, and I just talked to a health and wellness person, what am I thinking? Psychotherapy guy. And I was just talking to him about, you know, life, you're on the top of a mountain, a peak, okay? You have a choice when things happen to either go down the sharp, rugged, glass-filled, painful side of darkness,
Mm-hmm.
or you can tipple yourself to the other side, put on your skis, and enjoy the ride.
There you go.
And I'm like, ooh, I like that analogy.
I really like that too.
Yeah,
I can't ski, but I ski. I mean, I used to ski at one point.
But say, I can ski,
but
if I fall, I can't get back up.
But
Does
I
that
can
count?
No, because you can just go on your butt and scoot down on your butt. That's a lot of fun. I've done that many times. It's still a lot more fun than going down the glassy, edgy, and
Yeah, I don't want to go down that
cut
side.
yourself and all that side.
I actually learned I could swear when I went skiing because I fell and all these little kids started, you know, boogie boarding over my head and I started swearing. I didn't know I swore.
Good for you.
I didn't know I swore.
It's liberating.
It was quite liberating.
Every once in a while, this short, quick, it's just, it gets out that little build-up anger or frustration, gets it out in one word, poof, done, and you can move on and smile.
My husband
again.
said he didn't know he was married to a sailor.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny. So anyway, since your diagnosis, clearly that was more than 3 months ago.
Yes.
So
I'm still alive.
thank goodness. Thank goodness, because look at what you're doing and how many people you're helping now.
Yeah, I got
Because
cleared in
it's-
October, so I'm good. Now I'm just dealing with all the after effects of cancer. So those of you who say, oh good, you're out of cancer, to anybody you know who had cancer, there's always after effects of cancer, and that's what I'm dealing with now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think that's something, yeah, it's not fun, but beats the alternative.
It's keeping me on track with what I'm eating, that's for sure.
Well, there's that. You know, plus it also, it's like because you have that healthy mental attitude, you know, it also is that little attitude check every so often.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, and it's, you know, it's like for me earlier this year, it's like, practice what you preach.
Exactly,
So,
practice what you preach.
Practice what you preach. So, I mean, I'm all about, you know, what you think about, you bring about, and all these things, and I have no problem telling people, but I got to a point where it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you have to practice what you
It's
preach.
like,
You have to,
right.
Well, with my TED Talk, I talked about living a life of intention. You have to be very purposeful in what you do in your life.
Mhm.
And I was doing it, but it was such a slow process. And then...
And no, we have no patience.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
spell
really?
patience. Do you know how I spell patience? N-O-W.
So when I got cancer, I realized although I thought I was living with intention, I really wasn't that poignant, that directed.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Camera's the other way, dude.
hey man,
I know.
what's going on? Well, anyway, so
Oh, thank you. Ugh.
I started living my life with full intention. I've got plans in place, I've got dreams to achieve, I've got little check marks. But granted, I don't have this set path because no path is straight.
No, but you know the general direction.
I know the direction.
And that's all you need to know.
I put the GPS coordinates in, and it doesn't matter if it takes me on side streets. I just know what I want in the end.
Exactly. And
No.
that's the, I know. This dog has no shame. This is Mo the pet.
Yeah, he's not the Mo the service
No,
dog
no,
today,
no.
even though his collar says service dog.
Right, but he doesn't wear his harness, which the harness is his uniform, his work clothes. So as soon as the harness comes on, he flips the switch and he's Mo the service dog.
Okay.
See, right now he's Mo the pet and show host, who
He's
clearly cares not.
I was about to say he's Mo the rug.
I know, he's so... No shame. Some people still.
But no,
Anyway.
attitude is everything.
Attitude is everything.
You
yes.
really, whatever you need to do, I do a lot of mindset and work-life balance talks with my company, Bender Carey Group. And basically, it's whatever you do in life, you need to schedule time for you because you need downtime. Just like, when your cell phone starts acting up, you turn it off and then turn it back on again so it works better. We've got to do that with our brains, and that helps with the attitude because you need to shut off all the noise that the world puts on you.
Yes, it's like putting headphones on. It's
Yeah,
like you
you
just
need to
focus on it. Speaking of cell phones, another analogy that I use: recharge your batteries. Do something for you.
Turn it off.
That lights you up, that ignites you, that raises your vibration. I call it recharging your batteries. Because just like with the cell phone, when the battery is empty, it's not working. Same with us, I mean, if we're on empty and constantly going, doing for others constantly, which is nice, but if you neglect yourself, you cannot help others. Again, you cannot pour from an empty cup, and I've been saying that
You have
many
it's like-
times.
yeah,
You have to take care of yourself
You have
first.
to refill.
Right.
You must refill.
Yeah.
And I have it scheduled in my calendar where I will say out of town or on appointment and I am off. I don't answer anything. I don't go on anything, social media, nothing. I disappear. And I do it on purpose because it's
Well, you have to do. I mean, you have to live life on purpose because if we don't, I call it the autopilot. Then we're just reacting to what happens, and stop. Oh my goodness. So, and when we're on autopilot and we're not consciously responding, I should say, then we go into that negative place, and then we just really vomit out all the anger. We vomit out all that negativity that's been building up, right?
Take time for you.
Yeah, so
Reset.
you need to take time for you. So, and be purposeful, be on purpose, be mindful every moment. Okay, it's easier said than done.
Yes, it actually takes practice.
It takes practice.
It takes practice to be intentional.
Yes.
So every morning you have to intentionally do things. So in my morning, I wake up before I even...
I'm glad you wake up intentionally.
I do. I actually do, because I can intentionally sleep all day too.
I know, right?
But I intentionally do not sit up. I roll over and I hit a button on my phone that hits a meditation meditation play. And it just starts doing this, whatever daily meditation is for the day, and I just listen. And then at the end of it, I get up and do whatever I need to do. But I set my intentions. I journal on the thoughts that came through my head when I was sleeping that night, or what I want to do in the rest of the day, those kind of things. So I set my day before I ever get out of my bed.
Right.
Well, to do that, I wake up early to do that because I still work out before I even start doing anything else.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Crazy, happy.
Crazy, awesome, happy. I like it. But no, I mean, seriously, but you really have to be intentional. You have to, instead of like, oh, there's another day, or my favorite is people like, oh, Monday.
I say
Monday is amazing.
I say, thank God I'm alive.
Right, but I mean, the thing is with Monday, or any day, okay, if you go in with the attitude, ew, then it's going to be an ew day.
Yeah.
But if you go in with the attitude, it's like, wow, Monday, a new beginning, new start of the week, it's like all the things I can accomplish. If you just change your attitude and the way you talk to yourself,
Well, as a
it
speaker,
makes all the difference. It's like, good Lord.
I'm a keynote speaker, so I do international inspirational talks.
Right.
My weekend is my Monday. So when everyone says TGIF, I think, TGIA, thank God I'm alive, because I have the opportunity to do more,
Right.
to give back more. So I love every day.
I do too. And it's so funny when people say, when I get there, oh, thank God it's Friday, and I laugh and I smile. It's like, it's Friday for me every day. It's Sunday for me every day. It's Monday for me every day.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. It's a day I'm alive and where I can make a difference, where I can do things
Let's say in the
that light
past,
me up.
in the past 5 years, I've had 6 surgeries, and 2 of them almost killed me. Okay, I don't do well with
The
knockout stuff. I don't do well with that stuff.
oh my gosh,
So that's
anesthesia.
The thing. That's the word. So I'm really happy to wake up every morning. So when
Right.
someone says, "Oh, it's such a terrible day," I do, "As you wish."
Yes.
The universe is always listening. So whatever you say, the universe says, "As you wish." So one of my analogies is, we are Aladdin from Aladdin and the genie, and the universe is our genie. But we have unlimited wishes. And every time you say something to the effect of, God, this is such a terrible day, the universe says, as you wish.
And you will have a terrible day.
If you go out and you tell everybody, no, I love what I do, I love my job, and then you go alone and you say, God, I just hate this job, it's the most miserable thing in my life. The universe doesn't listen to what you say to the world. It says, it answers what you said in your head, and it says, as you wish.
Because that's where your feelings really are.
Yes, so if
because when you say to people, oh, I have the greatest job, but inside you know you don't believe it, inside you're screaming, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
The universe
That's
knows.
what the universe listens to.
Yeah.
It's that vibration.
Yes.
So raise your vibration.
Be very intentional about
Yeah.
what you think and what you do and what you say. And if you have to go take a walk, ride a bike, whatever you need to do, sitting under a tree and just sit there and stare at the birds in the tree. I don't care what you need to do to make your body realize that it's happy where it is, and that you're very grateful for having the body to complain about. I mean, whatever you need to do to make yourself grateful for what you have will raise your vibration.
Absolutely. And I talk about that all the time too. Gratitude and love. Always come from a place of love and gratitude, no matter what. And sometimes the lesson is really just what not to do. Be grateful for that. It's like, yeah, well, that was, no, I'm not doing that again. Thank you. Yeah, and I do that quite often. It's like,
well, and so many people are like, oh, we've been watching on social media, you're so successful, you're so happy, you're so this, and I'm like, you haven't seen my knees. I mean, I've fallen so often and so hard. The secret about falling and hurting and going through bad things and hardships is get up.
Right, and if you can't do it on your own, ask for help for somebody to help you get up.
Yeah, one of my big ones is embrace your toddler mindset. If you watch a toddler do anything, they don't fall and stay down. No. They get up. They keep trying, and they'll keep falling. And
here's the thing, too. You don't tell a toddler, it's like, well, you quit trying to walk, you'll never make it. No, you encourage them.
Well, the thing is,
getting up, and you can do it, you can do it. Do that to yourself, too.
If you embraced the mindset as you were as a toddler, as a baby trying to learn to walk, you could accomplish anything. Now, if just the opposite, if we were born with the mindset of an adult, of try something once, get hurt, and never do it again, we would be a world of crawlers, right?
I don't think we would be crawling, we'd be just, you know what would we be? Do you remember the movie WALL-E?
Yes, where we're just kind of sitting there.
The blobs. The blobs.
No, well, we wouldn't even have that because no one would have made them.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, we would be non-existent. Mo would be running the world.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
because he's awesome.
Me too.
He's calm now.
He's pretty calm.
But
yeah, embrace your toddler mindset. Whenever you think something's not working or you can't do something, put yourself back into your toddler mindset and think, what would I do in this situation? Toddlers love everybody. They say hi to everybody.
Well, and the thing is too, and I was talking on shows at a couple shows ago or something. See the world with wonder, because the toddlers, they don't have the clouded vision yet. Because they're still like, wow, everything is wonder, everything is awe. Oh, I want to try this. It is the grown-ups that mean well, because they don't want the toddler to get hurt, tell them, don't do that, stop that.
You notice who that voice is, though. It's also the inner critic.
Exactly, but that's where it starts. And it just gets manifested and it goes deeper and deeper and it's ingrained. And that's where the autopilot comes in. Because it is so deep inside. So go back to being a toddler. In everything you do, really, see the world with wonder, be in awe of what's happening, and be amazed and have no fear. Toddlers, they don't have fear. The only fear they have is the fear we instill in them. By telling them, it's like, oh, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. Right? So just jump in. It's like when something comes along, just say yes, and then you go, oh, how am I going to do this? It'll be okay.
It's the power of yes.
Yes.
Try. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to be where you already started.
Right. Here's the thing. So when opportunity or anything comes along, say yes. I'm going to do a quick inventory. And if you can answer no to, will it kill me? No. Do it. Will it do bodily harm to me? No. Do it. Everything else, don't worry about it. Those are the only two things I consider before I say yes.
Yeah, as I said.
And it's almost, for me, it's an instant yes these days, because it's like, it's not going to kill me. I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, I'm going to fall on my face, and then I get back up. It was a learning experience, yes.
Everything's an experience.
So it is just fun when you look at it that way. And the opportunities that have come along for me since I decided to do that. I mean, since last April 1st when I walked away from everything, it's like,
Yeah, once you open yourself to opportunities,
Mhm.
we stop our growth because of all the fears that we have or the uncertainties that we imagine of what will happen.
right.
Just
Imagine-
you can do it.
Well, instead of, and I talked about that in my last show too, instead of doing the what if down, do the what if up.
Mhm.
Imagine if everything goes right. Because the chance is the same. You always have a 50-50 chance of it working out or not.
Yes.
So, but if you focus on the reasons and all the nothing, why it won't work out, there's a very good chance it won't because the
You
universe
make it.
says,
As you wish.
there you go. So imagine all the good things happening and play that out and have the feelings to go with that because the universe on that side says,
As you wish.
there you go.
Yeah,
That's how that
switch.
works. So just jump in. I mean, if you know it's not going to kill you, it's not going to do bodily harm to you, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, you will start.
And everything
you will
to
end
gain.
where you started if it doesn't work.
Right. But you have everything to gain. And it is so incredible. I mean, I look at you, I look at my own progression here, and I have so many other people that I'm talking to, I mean, on camera and off camera. And simply, they are where they are, and they're going where they're going because they say yes.
Mhm.
Yes to life, yes to opportunity, just yes. It's like nothing to lose, everything to win. I like that. This is awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
You can come back anytime.
Okay.
Right, Mo? Said we have Michelle back anytime. He's looking at you like, yes. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found some value in this, something to help you along the way. And as always, be happy, be kind, be love. Bye.